Hi everybody, it's Meg from Books Off the Beaten Path, and I've got a special one for you today. My collections, you know how you guys like my collections, or at least most of you like my collections. I haven't heard from people that hate my collections, but I'm assuming you like my collections. So I've got a collection today of something that I think is a little unusual, and I think that you'll find very interesting. Okay. Have you guys ever heard of Charles Fort? I'll put a picture of him up here. Now, Charles Fort was just a really interesting guy. He was really interested in the paranormal, the supernatural, and anomalies. Things that, well, you know what an anomaly is. Things that don't fit where they're supposed to. And so to make a long story short, years ago, and I mean years ago, Barnes & Noble used to carry the 14 times. Now, it's not 14 like the number, but it's the 14 times. It's a British magazine, so maybe my British viewers will be familiar with it, but I just fell in love. And for Christmas, a couple of years ago, my husband and my son got me a subscription. So every month, the 14 times would come to my doorstep. And I have a collection. I should keep them in better order, but I don't. I don't have them in date order or anything like that. But I just want to show you a couple here. The strangest experiment of our time. Let me just kind of go through these magazines with you. How a 1930s New York cult raised a child to live forever. And it's crazy, right? It's like crazy stuff. And then you've always got some staple features. You've always got the conspirasphere. You've got archaeology, which is weird news and archaeology. And what Charles Fort did was Charles Fort just kind of gave you this weird information. He wrote a couple of books, but he didn't make any, what's the word I'm looking for? He didn't have any theories about anything. He was just like, here's the weird news. And the 14 times went on with the weird news, and they just present it to you. And some of them are a little skeptical. Some of them are, but there's book reviews. Here's one that I thought was really interesting. The Wandering Stones of Straightly. Straightly. I don't know. And here's one of them, the Wandering Stones. And they move around. You've heard about these before. We have some in our deserts here in Oklahoma. But, yeah, it's just great. I mean, these are just fantastic. Intoxicated elk. Just fantastic. What else do we have here? Dune, where they discuss Dune. That was an interesting one. I've never read Dune. I'm not a science fiction fan, but that was really an interesting 14 times. So I've got that one. What else do I have here? Oh, the D.B. Cooper mystery. That was fun. Do you guys remember that one? Remember where he hijacked the plane and then he apparently parachuted out, but they never found him and they thought he died? So you've got all sorts of things like that. And then you've got, in the back, you've got letters. Where's the thing that the priest does? There's this priest, and I don't know if he's a real priest or not, but there's this priest, and he does scary movie reviews. So let me see if I can find him in here. La 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 la. Arthur C. Clarke's Mysterious World. Did you guys ever watch that? Oh, I love these magazines so much. Dead Ringers. This is about phone calls from the dead. Liberace in Space. That wasn't a very good one. I didn't like that. Let's see. Where's that priest? Let me find it. Hold on. Uno Mente. But anyway, why do I like these? I love these because of the weird news and the weirdness all over the world that is encapsulated. Oh, here we go. I don't have a picture of them, but here it is right here, the Reverend's Review. Can you see that? Let's see what he reviewed. He reviewed Fortean's resident man of the cloth, Reverend Peter Laws, dons his dog collar and faces the flicks the church forgot. So that's fun. And they always have something creepy, to buy and everything like that. The Mysteries of Lookout Mountain. That was fun. They're all fun. I guess you can get this magazine too, Haunted, if you wanted it. But yeah, I have a whole collection of them. This was one of my favorites. This is called The Ruskington Horror. And it's about a road over in England. You guys probably know about it. But people travel down this road and they see weird things. And weird things happen to them on the road. And it's just a lot of fun. So why did I want to show you this collection today? Well, I wanted to show you this collection because it's one of my favorite things. And I want to share my favorite things with you guys. And also, I wanted to alert you guys that the 14 times, let me hold it up so you can really see it. 14 times is still out there. It's not sold by my Barnes & Noble anymore. I have to go overseas to get it, and frankly, the cost is just prohibitive for me at the moment. But please try to pick it up and at least give it a whirl, because we need to give these sort of independent magazines a shot. And pardon the pun, a shot in the dark. Because there is nothing more fun than getting a 14 time and curling up under the covers. Look at this one about the poltergeist that affected this woman. Look at that. Oh, this is one of my all-time favorites, and then I promise I'll stop. Mystery of the Big Cats. Apparently you guys in England have a lot of big cat sightings. Who knew? I didn't know about this. But apparently you have a lot of big cat sightings, and that's like a thing for the people overseas. And so this was a fascinating article. I loved it. Anyway, this is just going to be a quick little video about my 14 times collection, which I love and cherish and will never give up. And if the house is on fire, I'm coming back in for it. I'm coming back in for a lot of things, so I hope I have a box ready by the door. Anyway, I don't have that much to say today other than I'm still reading Wuthering Heights with Heather. And it's a beautiful day here in Okie Dokie. We've had some storms, but we weathered those tornadoes. A couple of people died in Beggs, which is a little small town just kind of to the south of us. So that's not good news, but it's getting springtime, and that's what we have to deal with. Everybody in their place of living has to deal with something. Okay, one more time. One more cover. Hearken the Witch's Room. Isn't that cool? That shit. So cool. Oh my God. I think I'm going to have to go read some of these. Anyway, everybody have a great Sunday, and I will check you later.